Greetings to the members of Meadowbrook. Jim Bollinger here, once again in front of a camera, which, as quite a few of you know, this is not exactly my forte. Many of my good friends say I have a great face for radio and conference calls, but here I am again. I stand here today to officially bring to an end a great tenure of one of MCC's finest, Mr. Craig Little. This is unfortunate, and I say that selfishly, both personally and professionally, yet I could not be happier for Craig and Lisa and the kids, and I am so proud of him and what we have done together and what he has done for Meadowbrook Country Club in our industry. Pandemic will not allow us to recognize Craig like he deserves. We are going to do what we can, a better than nothing moment once again. What he deserves, and his family deserves, Lisa, Maddie, her new husband Eli, Mallory, and Drew, is what he is getting in his next professional and personal chapter in life. They are happy and excited, therefore we are happy and excited for them. Meadowbrook is very fortunate for Craig's 20 years as our head golf professional and his 3 years as an assistant. So again, this is different. This will be a concise version of recognition, yet I hope very impactful. Keep in mind, we intend to host a proper event for Craig and his family in late April or May, outside, of course, in which the family will be invited and we can do it up like we're supposed to be doing. Today, again, as I mentioned, will be concise. We have a few speakers, and we will do our best to recognize Craig in a way that is appropriate. We will start with the beginning with Mr. Robert Levin, our club president from 1991 to 2001, who made these 20 years happen with the hiring of Craig back in 2001. Mr. Schaefer, our club president today, will also address the membership. And there will be a few goodbyes from the staff members, and I, of course, will have a few words, and then we will hear from the senator himself, Mr. Little, on his last speaking engagement here at Meadowbrook Country Club as the head golf professional. Please allow me to introduce our first presenter, Mr. Robert Levin.
Good morning. I suppose I'll take this down to speak anyway. Feels funny without it. It's sad and yet it's happy this morning. Craig is such a fine fellow. He's an excellent golfer, a wonderful human being. Craig, Lisa, and his family, wonderful people. As I indicated to Craig in the past, one of the finest things I think that I ever did as president of Meadowbrook was to bring Craig back. He was at Meadowbrook as an assistant, and he left and spent a few years elsewhere, but one of the biggest things I did was bring him back. And I'm just delighted that I did so, that he's such a terrific guy, a wonderful golfer, a good human being. He's really what is the word I'm looking for? He's clearly a wonderful human being, and secondly, a wonderful golfer and a nice guy. He's done a lot for our golf program. He's helped me in my golf game quite a bit. That's selfish on my part, but everybody here loves him. Wonderful guy. We're sorry to see him go, but if it's good for his career, we have to be for him. We wish him the best of luck and his family, and good health and happiness, and much success, and hope he'll come visit once in a while too. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Levin. Well spoken as always. And we do thank you for your years as club president. And of course, your many great decisions, including your number one, hiring Craig Little, bringing him back. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Jim Schaefer, our current club president. Sir.
Greetings, fellow members. I'm honored today to speak on behalf of the members of Meadowbrook. It's a bittersweet day. While we will miss Craig and everything that he has meant to us, we wish him and his family all the best as he moves to his next challenge and adventure. Robert is able to take pride in being the president who hired Craig. Jim is able to discuss how great it has been to partner with Craig for the last 16 years. I, on the other hand, have the dubious distinction of being the one in office during Craig's departure to greener pastures, but it has been my pleasure to work with Craig on various committees and as a member of the Board of Governors. And while Craig is off to experience those green pastures at Lakewood Country Club in Dallas, he leaves with us a legacy that may go unmatched by any future head golf professional here at Meadowbrook. That legacy includes his tremendous love for our golf course and his desire to make it one of the elite courses in Missouri. I'm sure one of his regrets is leaving with half of the course renovations still to be completed. But by next year, at this time, we will all benefit from the realization of his vision. I could easily find hundreds of members who would have fond memories and stories to share about how Craig influenced their golf game or even their lives. Craig helped my golf game every time I came to him for help. What makes him so special is that he genuinely cares about each member at this club. Whether it is a longtime member or someone brand new to the club, he seems to always go out of his way to greet us, call us by name, and truly care about us, our families, and our guests. I hope we can find that quality in our next head golf professional. Craig is very special to all of us. He is among the best that St. Louis has to offer, and we know that Lakewood Country Club will be better off for having Craig there. As Craig enters the next chapter of his career and his life, we must also prepare to move forward with life after Craig. Our search committee has spent the past several weeks identifying and interviewing candidates for the head golf professional position, and we have 3 very worthwhile finalist candidates who will each be visiting the club this week for final interviews. We expect to make an offer to the leading candidate by the end of this week. That new member of our Meadowbrook family will have big shoes to fill after everything Craig has meant to the members of this club. But, as you might expect, Craig will certainly have an open phone line to help the new head pro get established in any way that he can. He wants to make sure we pick the right replacement and that he succeeds, because he sincerely loves and cares for Meadowbrook. In closing, on behalf of the members of Meadowbrook, I express our sincere gratitude to Craig for his 20+ years of service, his professionalism, and his friendship through the years. Craig, we will miss you. Thank you for who you are and for everything you do for us.
Thank you, Mr. Shaver. Well said as always. Next, a few kind words from our department heads. First, Ms. Martha Valsa.
Thank you, Jim. Good morning, membership. This is a bittersweet day for Meadowbrook, for me personally, as we say goodbye to Craig. I've enjoyed working with him for the last 14 years. He's taught me so much about the club business. His professionalism, sincerity, humor has been a great asset to myself, the club, the leadership team. I want to thank him for those years and thank him for his friendship. I wish Craig, Lisa, and the kids all the best of luck and success in his new endeavor. He'll do great as he did here. Thank you.
Thank you, Martha. Next, Mr. Tim Dorsey.
Hey Craig, been nice working with you for the last 12 years. Good luck getting your new club, and that's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Tim. Next is Whitney Walters.
Well, I've been new to Meadowbrook within the last 8 months or so. I've not had the opportunity to work with Craig hand in hand, but within that time, I have certainly respected him. Throughout my time in private clubs, his name has been one that's been highly respected, and that respect extends to me. I want to take this moment to wish Craig and his family all the best of luck. I know that you'll do wonderful. If I am ever in Texas, I'll be sure to look you up. So thank you for everything.
Thank you, Whitney. Next, Mr. Tommy Boner.
All right. Hey, membership. Hello, Craig. Greg, it's been an absolute pleasure these last 2 years getting to know you and learning from you. Being new to the industry, I really didn't know what I was getting my hands into in the club industry and what a country club is. And from the moment I came in, you were the first one to welcome me and really showed me what a true first-class golf club and country club looks like. I really value our friendship. I really value how you and your family are with your faith, and I wish you nothing but the best in Dallas to come. See you, Craig.
Thank you, Tommy. Mr. Mike Bush.
Hey Craig, congratulations once again on your new job. Obviously we've talked in the hallway and I sent you a text and all that good stuff, but it's honestly a pleasure working with you. You're a phenomenal person. I learned a lot from you and your habits, and you'll certainly be missed, but wish you best of luck and keep in touch.
Thank you, Mike. And lastly, Mr. Mike Carey.
Craig, thanks for everything you've done to make Meadowbrook Country Club the fine club that it is. The membership, the Meadowbrook staff, the Gateway PGA, we will all miss you a bunch. I appreciate all you've done to make my experience here good and the success that we've had together. Your passion, your professionalism, and your knowledge will be hard to replace. I wish you the best as you and your family move to Dallas and in your new assignment at Lakewood Country Club. I'm sure great things are ahead. God bless you all.
Thank you again to the department heads. I would like now to bring up, representing our golf operation, Ms. Alexa Capacious.
Hello to the Meadowbrook membership. I want to say, truly, I cannot thank Craig enough for all he has done for me, for my family. I don't want to be emotional during this, but thank you for everything you have done. I know that I'm going to miss you a lot, but being able to work under you and build this friendship and this mentorship, that's meant more to me than you'll ever know. Thank you for all you have done for not only the club, but for myself and the staff around us. The way you present yourself and lead yourself is above a higher class than I could ever imagine and be working for. So it might be short, but thank you for all you've done.
And now, this much deserved time, I'd like to ask Mr. Craig Little and Lisa to come up and share their closing thoughts.
Thanks, Jim. This is quite an unusual day. Something that I have thought about for a while. Obviously, over the last month or so, I've kind of wondered exactly what would my emotions be like, our emotions be like, as we look forward to transitioning in life. To be honest with you, the overwhelming emotion that we feel is gratitude, and that's the truth. You may not know my story, many of you do, but many of you do not know our story. We came to St. Louis in 1995 as small town kids looking for a job. That's exactly what happened. And I remember sitting in what's now Jim's office, which was the conference room then, desperately trying to impress Mr. Hausfeder, Mr. Lazaroff, Mr. Spiegelglass, and a few of the others that were on the board at the time, just praying that they would give us a job and a chance to come to St. Louis from a small town in southern Illinois. And we could not have been more overjoyed and excited when they said, yes, we'd like you to come. We had a great experience for 3.5 years. We moved on to Fox Run for a short period of time, and the blessing at Fox Run was not just the experience there for a few years, but what was really special is so many of the Meadowbrook members continued to come out and see us, continued to come out and give lessons. Those relationships endured during that time, even when we had transitioned to a different place. And then quite honestly, in 2000, when Mr. Levin, who was so kind to join us today, called up and said, hey, we'd like you to come back to Meadowbrook and to start that process of maybe looking into that, we could not have been more excited. We had no idea what was coming forward. We knew that we certainly hoped that an opportunity would present itself some point in the future, and the opportunity to come back to Meadowbrook, of all the no-brainer decisions, that was about the top of the list, wasn't it? It really was. So coming back, my first day back as head professional was 2000, December 1st, and which is just, we just celebrated 20 years, which is again hard to believe. Just a few memories that have flooded back to me from the old days that I just wanted to very, very briefly touch on. Some of the first people that came to mind in the very beginning was when Ron Caron, who some of you may remember, was a member here who lived in the subdivision. He drove a blue private car that was all decked out, and despite his blues connection and the hockey depth, what he really liked talking about was baseball. And with my family's background, he came into the shop all the time to talk baseball, old time, new time, which was a lot of fun. At that time of my life and career here at Meadowbrook, I could absolutely guarantee that on Wednesdays from 9 to 11, I would never get anything done because Phil Koopman would come and plant himself in my office because Florence had told him he wasn't allowed to come home during those hours, and nothing would get accomplished at the golf shop from 9 to 11 on Wednesdays. I had the privilege of hitting balls early in the morning on the driving range with Bob Cochran, who's truly a legend. He's celebrated here on our Wall of Fame. Someone who took me in, and it was really such a great experience to get to know him. I got to experience the dignity and the grace of Harry Berger and Ben Peck, who showed me what dignity and class looked like as an adult. I got to enjoy the sense of humor of Ted Winehouse and the competitiveness of Stan Stone, not to mention the literally countless lessons with Rose Siegel. You heard a few Rose Siegel stories, didn't you? But as years went by, I evolved, Meadowbrook certainly has evolved in so many ways too. And with the exceptional leadership from the board and our truly committed presidents, a vision was cast to the future that we are now blessed to experience today. And this room that I'm standing in is evidence of that. In this time of transition, I cannot tell you how grateful we are for the kind notes, emails, phone calls, cards that we've received, the conversations that people have come by and give us heartfelt kind words, shared memories, offered well wishes. So in this moment, rather than dragging this out, and I know it's surprising when I have a podium and had a chance to talk to, I'll try to keep it simple. Rather than trying to name every single person that I'm grateful for, I want to try to keep it simple. So to my coworkers, my teammates, both past and present today, thank you for your support, your encouragement, your camaraderie, your friendship. It means everything. To my staff, the people who have been kind enough and diligent enough to work with and for me, I've been exceptionally blessed by the people who have trusted me to lead them. And I'm so thankful for their effort and their time and their genuine friendship on a daily basis. It's made it a pleasure to come to work. To the membership, thank you for entrusting me with your golf operation and the wonderful environment and culture that I've had the privilege of being a part of for 20 years. We all know that Meadowbrook is a special place. We say that, we mean that. The community around us knows that. And the membership, above all things, is what makes it that. It truly is. I'm so thankful to have served such a great group of people, and many of you become deep and meaningful friends. You know who you are. You know what you mean to me. Our relationship is like that. And I'm grateful for you, and I hope you are as well. And I hope that means the same to you. Thank you for the impact that each of you have had on my life, our lives. To Jim, my fellow managers, thank you for the kind words. It is reciprocated without question. It's been a privilege to serve with you, with each of you. And I'm proud of the operation that we have here. Running Meadowbrook is a beast. It is a huge program. It is something that is a big undertaking on a daily basis. It takes expertise, it takes effort, it takes time and commitment, it takes perseverance. And each of you show these traits on a daily basis. On a quick side note to Jim specifically, Jim and I have had a running joke for many years that we're threatening to write a tell-all book about all the stories that we have over the years from Meadowbrook. And as a full disclosure, none of you watching this video are exempt from those stories or the book. So please be aware of that. And you know some of the stories already too. But we're grateful for that. Finally, I want to thank my family. Lisa, it's been an incredible ride. I'm so grateful for everything that you've done for me, for the support, for the encouragement, for the love, for basically being a single parent for most of the summers our kids were growing up. This is not an easy life, and I'm still marveled that you chose me. And I'm so grateful that you stick it out and give me the most amazing home to come home to on a daily basis. Thank you. Thank you for being my wife. Maddie and Eli, my oldest daughter who just moved to El Paso. Eli, I am in the process of forgiving you for taking her 19 hours away. But in seriousness, I'm so grateful for both of you. Maddie, for your love, and I'm unbelievably proud of you, and I'm so thankful that you found a man that I deeply respect and admire and look forward to seeing be a part of our family for the rest of my life. Mallory and Drew, could not be more proud of each of you, and I'm so grateful that I get to be your dad. And then finally, to my mom and dad, who encouraged me to pursue my dreams. And for those of you who know my story in detail, my story should never have gotten here. It shouldn't have. And somehow or another, with encouragement, love, and support, an opportunity opened up. I've been incredibly blessed. So I use that word blessed a lot. I mean it. It's not said casually. But we have been blessed by our time at Meadowbrook. And we have no doubt, sincerely, that God led us on this path. From day one, when he opened this door when it should have never been opened, to today. And as we embark on this next chapter, we have no doubt that this new path is where he wants us to be. With him as our guide, and us as a family, I am content and happy knowing that our future is secure. I am incredibly indebted and grateful to each of you. I could never express our gratitude fully, and we look forward to seeing you again. I look forward to the days of when our paths cross. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig and Lisa. Well said as always, Mr. Little. I do appreciate you letting the cat out of the bag on the book right before you're leaving. So I'll let you know how that goes. One item I think is Craig went through some of the early days. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done at the club, which I'll mention in a bit here. But rather befitting that Craig was here for us to celebrate our 75 years. Without him, it would not have been the event that it was. And hearing those stories of the good old days obviously meant a lot to him and means a lot to many of you here. So I thank you, and we appreciate all you do. And certainly with the 75th anniversary, you were critical. Craig, thank you for being a great friend and a fellow leader, and I look forward to hearing of your continued success at Lakewood and as your family continues to evolve. Your inspiration and guidance, the many teaching moments you gave to all of us, all that you gave to your staff and the membership, the PGA locally and nationally, the class, and the constant brotherhood. We thank you. I appreciate you ignoring all those great ideas that I thought I had, the thousands of laughs we had together, and many, as you've mentioned, at the expense of the membership. I will miss you, to say the least. We have tremendous memories and success from your 20 years as our head professional, which will go unmatched. Yet will we use your time and expertise to continue to make Meadowbrook a better place. We thank you and applaud you, and again know you will not be forgotten. We have a few gifts for Craig that will be done in private. And of course, Craig's last day is this weekend. So it's starting to get a little bit different than surreal at this point. But once again, We couldn't be more excited for you and Lisa. We look forward to seeing you back here in late April and May to truly celebrate your next step in life. And we wish you, again, both the best, happiness, healthiness, and thank you, Craig, for all you have done for me and Meadowbrook Country Club. Good luck.